Hello and welcome. My name is Jennifer Apgar and I work in the Youth Services Department at the New Jersey State Library Talking Book and Braille Center, or TBBC. We're happy to be able to participate in this year's New Jersey Association of School Librarians Fall 2020 Conference. I hope you enjoy our presentation, 5 Fun Facts about the New Jersey State Library Talking Book and Braille Center. In addition to being part of the New Jersey State Library, we are also a network library of a national program, the National Library Service for the Blind and Print Disabled, or NLS. NLS is part of the Library of Congress. They provide the materials, the audiobooks in Braille, and the standards and guidelines for who can borrow these books, but they don't provide the books directly to the patrons. Instead, states work directly with patrons, loaning books, doing outreach and training, and programs. Each state has their own way of implementing this program. In New Jersey, TBBC is the library that provides these Braille and audiobooks. TBBC also has large print books for children and teens. These don't come from NLS. TBBC buys these books and they are available for children and teens in New Jersey to borrow from us. To join our library and borrow audio, Braille, or large print books, a person has to be blind or print disabled. That's it. There are no other costs. No cost to join, and no cost for borrowing books. And this brings us to our first fun fact. Print disabled is very broad. Print disability describes who qualifies for services and books. It's basically someone who is blind, has a visual impairment so that even with glasses the print in a newspaper or book is too small to read, has a reading disability, or is unable to hold a book or turn the pages for an extended period of time. Basically, if you have a student who seems to struggle with reading, chances are they could benefit from audiobooks or our large print books and qualify for our services. Here's one thing to remember. Who qualifies for our services is broad, much broader than many people think. When in doubt, contact us and we can work together to figure it out. Many times we are asked, what about a student with autism, ADHD, etc.? And the answer is yes, if that person needs audio or large print or Braille. If our application listed everything, autism, ADHD, arthritis, concussion, Down syndrome, etc., the application would go on and on. Instead, the focus is on whether or not the person has trouble or difficulty reading. So that's what gets checked off, that the person has low vision or reading disability or physically cannot turn the pages of the book or hold the book. It's also important to note that this could be something temporary like a broken arm. It doesn't have to be permanent. We don't expect you to be experts here. If you think someone could benefit, call us and we'll figure out how this definition applies to them. This brings us to fact 2, now accepting electronic signatures. But before we get to that, let's talk about how we know someone qualifies for our services. We don't require medical reports or test results or prescriptions to prove that someone is print disabled. Instead, we rely on what we call a certifying authority to basically tell us, hey, I know this person and they qualify. That person then fills out and signs a certification on the application, a copy of which is on this screen. The certifying authority has to be someone who is qualified to make this determination. There is a long list of who is qualified on the application itself, and you can find the whole list there. What's important to know is that this list includes librarians, nurses, doctors, and social workers. So your school librarian or school nurse can be a certifying authority. The only time it has to be a doctor is for a reading disability. People usually have a lot of questions about this because doctors don't diagnose reading disabilities. In that case, give the paperwork about the diagnosis to the doctor, and then the doctor can sign based on that information. Now the exciting part, we are accepting electronic signatures. To do this, and this is the way we recommend, download our application from our website, fill it out on your computer, including typing in your name on the signature line, which is the electronic signature, and then emailing it back to us at tbbcyouth@njstatelib.org. This email is listed on the last slide of the presentation. It's that simple. We are working from home and we check email daily, so it gets reviewed and approved right away. So using the electronic signature option is not only the newest way to apply, it's also the fastest and most reliable, and it does not require printing out the application. It used to be you had to print out the application and actually sign it, then mail it or fax it or scan it. You can still do that if you want, but to be honest, at the moment that will add time to how long it takes to process the application, because all our mail is quarantined. Next, fact 3. Our Braille and audiobooks are available by an app that can be downloaded to your student's tablet or smartphone. Now, we do mail out physical books, and we also have a machine to use to listen to our books. So if using an app doesn't work for your student, give us a call. Our app is available for most smartphones and tablets, and also the Kindle Fire. With our app, you can download and listen to all our audiobooks. And here's what makes this app different from other audiobook apps you may have for your students. First, it's all human narration by professional narrators. Second, borrowing from us doesn't cost you anything. You don't have to spend your budget on buying the audiobook for your student. Many of our books are what we call commercial audiobooks. They are the exact ones you could buy or get from a typical public library. Third, we have books you cannot buy from a store or borrow from a public library and are only available from us. Therefore, they are not listed in Amazon or WorldCat. If you're curious as to whether we have something, just give us a call. Fourth, no waiting, no wait list, no due dates. With the app, you can borrow something immediately because it's there 24/7. If a student realizes they need a book Saturday afternoon for an assignment due Monday, they can download it right away. Our books don't have hold lists. If we have it, you can borrow it. And once it's downloaded on your device, it stays there until you delete it. Now on to Fact 4, large print. Yes, children and teens want and read large print. We get many calls about this. We have the largest selection of large print books for children and teens in the state. We try to get any book that is for kids or teens. Large print books do not come from NLS. TBBC buys them from vendors just like you do. Right now, our primary vendor is Thorndike. To be honest, there really aren't any other places publishing large print books for this age group. To borrow our large print, your student needs to be signed up for our services, and then we mail it directly to either the student's home or school. Or if you are on the delivery system run by Library Link NJ, we can use that to get the book back and forth. We do have a limited number of copies, and our borrowing time is 3 months. And if you don't see it in our catalog, ask us. If it's available to purchase from Thorndike, we can place a rush order for the book you want. Then, when you return it to us, we will have it for the next kid who wants it. And now on to our last fact, Fact 5, our how-to videos on YouTube. We at TBBC have created tutorials about downloading our books and are continuing to add videos frequently. These have proven to be very useful during these most recent times because we are unable to do trainings in person. As we mentioned, we are part of the New Jersey State Library. If you'd like to watch any videos from us at TBBC, you can go to the State Library's YouTube page and choose the TBBC playlist. There you will find all of TBBC's videos. You can also browse videos available from the State Library. You might enjoy some of the items they have posted as well. Thank you so much for joining us for the 5 fun facts about TBBC. We hope it was helpful for you and your students. Once again, my name is Jennifer Apgar. If you have any questions for us, please call us at 800-792-8322 or email us at tbbcyouth@njstatelive.org. Currently, email is the best. Thank you again.